Hello, everybody. This is Double Team Man with another under 15-minute video. This is a one-of-a-kind Steelers 2024 NFL mock draft. It's one of a kind for various reasons. One of them is it's actually three mocks in one. Uh, they're all based on what I would do. There are going to be explanations for why I'm doing each one as we go along. What can I count on doing? Players are going to drop. Things are going to happen. Things are going to change. You're going to have to adapt and all that stuff, and they should be able to adapt or try to adapt. But basically, this is what you're thinking going in. This is the thinking that they should have going in. First of all, to start off with that thinking, these are the players' needs, wants, likes, and don't needs. Now, I have a couple of, I'm not going to talk about everything here. I don't, it has to be under 15 minutes. But I'm going to talk about quarterback and I'm going to talk about offensive tackle because I have quarterback as a need, and most people don't. Nobody even locally is even talking about the possibility of them drafting a quarterback. Nobody has Pittsburgh taking a quarterback, and I don't understand that. To me, that's their number one need. And offensive tackle is because I don't have offensive tackle as a need. So let's start off with the quarterback. I find it as a need because we don't have any after this season. They're all unrestricted free agents. We don't know if they're going to come back. We can't guarantee that they're going to come back. We don't even know if we want them to come back. And if quarterback is a need, it is by nature, by positional value, a number one need. It always is, hands down. There's no exception. If it's a need, it's an automatic number one need. Because with one, you can win a Super Bowl. You hit on that. It's like a lottery ticket. C.J. Stroud took one of the worst teams, one of the worst organizations, took them from number two pick in the draft last year to Super Bowl contender this year, strictly because they got a rookie quarterback that looks great. That's what the cheat code does for you. So quarterback is absolutely number one for the Steelers. And offensive tackle is not a need. We have two starters from last year. I know people don't like Dan Moore, but the Steelers do, and he's not that horrible. And we got Jones on the right hand side. We got superior play. We also have a decent backup in Spencer Anderson. He was a seventh round pick last year. He was on the field. He was on the team all year. That's pretty good. So this is what I have as our needs, wants, likes, and don't needs. Pause if you want to. But I got the Steelers taking Michael Penix Jr. because it's the highest need. Quarterback has to be the highest need if it's a need, and it's the best player available. You know why he's the best player available? I have him as my number two quarterback in this draft. And if you're a quarterback needy team, you're going to take him. He's never going to last in Pittsburgh, by the way. He has all the measurables: 6'2", 216 pounds, hand size, great hand size, 10.5 inches. He has the stats. Well, you can look at them. I'm not going to read them to you. Good touchdown to interception ratio. Not that many sacks, which you can't say for everybody in this class. He has everything as far as the stats and the physicality. He would be in the top five. He would be in the discussion with the best quarterbacks in this class if it wasn't for the injuries. Got injured, two bad knee injuries, two bad shoulder injuries in the first 4 years while playing in Indiana. Didn't have a great year in 2021, but all the other ones were great. So tell me, I think he's going to do really good. He's consistently played great in college. He has the best arm, and here's where it comes. He has the best arm in this class. This is an impressive class, and he has the best arm. He's my number two. Everybody else kind of scares me. He has the heart. I say so. By the way, according to Adam Schefter yesterday, it appears like the doctors have said he's healthy. So you downgrade him a little bit because of the injury. I'm not saying you don't. I do. He'd be number one if it wasn't for the injuries. But the fact of the matter is, the doctors have cleared him. He's been healthy for 2 years. I got to rate him where I rate him. He's number two. Pittsburgh gets a chance, they take him. They'll never get a chance. Second pick. Now we start getting into positional needs. We need a center. We desperately need a center. I know that there's a news reporter out there that's calling us fans stupid because we keep thinking we want a center. It's because we don't have a good one and we're used to having an all-pro there. A stupid fans. What do we know? I'm one of those stupid fans that thinks that we need a center. We're not going to get to top three if we don't take one in the first round. We could trade up and try to get Zach Frazier, but there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. So we're probably going to get 100, 111, Cedric, Hunter, Tanner. Probably going to end up with one of those three. So that's what I end up saying. Steelers, pick whichever one you want and pick them in the third round with pick 98. One of them should be there, if not all three of them. So wait until pick 98, pick the best center available. Now that takes us back to the big board, baby. Uh, Now we got our quarterback. We have a place where we're going to get our center. So I look for wide receiver. Didn't really like one in the second round. There are second round values, but I didn't like it. There was a guy I liked better at a different position. Wasn't quite a position of need. Was close to a position of need. Is a position I really want bad, and that's defensive tackle. Chris Jenkins, second generation. Steelers like second generation. I like him. He fits what Pittsburgh needs. I think he'll fit in nice. I think he'll ease him in, but you never know. He has potential. Second round, you swing for the fences. Defensive tackle. Next, I got us taking cornerback Bernardo Green. I tried to find me a wide receiver. Ended up finding a guy that I liked in the fourth round. What did I do here? So that's why I'm going to hold off there. And then obviously you're going to take your center with the next pick, and that means you're going to get a wide receiver. Which wide receiver are you going to get? You're going to get Brendan Rice. Bloodlines. Steelers like bloodlines. I like that second generation. They know, he has money. He's not going to worry about money. He's not going to change him. Pick 120, Brendan Rice. It's where he's slotted to go. He's not a superstar. He's not his dad. Not saying he is, but I'm just saying he's generational. It fits. I actually like his size, speed, kind of a combination. I like him as a prospect. And then the last two, I'm just kind of shooting like the offensive tackle and a cornerback. So it's the second cornerback. So this is what I have. If you take Michael Penix Jr., you take him first. You're kind of hog-tied with the center in the third round, and everything else are trying to fit in there. And this is what I came up with. Second option. This is the more likely, I think, the second and third option, because I don't think Michael Penix is falling to Pittsburgh. I just don't see it. I don't think past Seattle. I don't think past the Raiders. I just don't see it. So this is what I think. If they stay put, there are two options. If Michael Penix isn't there, you either stay put or draft or trade. The next one's a trade. This is if they stay put. Again, we're back to the centers, right? Well, now you can get one of the three. In fact, you should, because I'd rather have somebody 23, 20. I'd rather have the 23rd guy maybe reach just a hair from 20 to 23. That's not even really a reach. Versus waiting until 100. Just the quality of player is so much better. So I'm going to take Graham Barton. Like I said, there's no guarantee that they can move up in the second round. I know a lot of people say, well, just move up in the second round. He's ranked 33 on PFF. Is he going to be there where you can get him? You can trade up to number 33? Forget it. You're not giving up that much. And plus, there are not really any good options. I know we did that with Michael Penix, but we did that because we had to. Now you have a choice. You're not going to want to drop down that much in value. Those three guys are plug and play. The other ones maybe not so much. Here we are. We got our. We're not going to get a quarterback. We didn't get one in the first round. If you don't get one in the first round, you're not going to get one. Not uncommon. A lot of times you want a quarterback and you just can't get one. Sometimes there's drafts that don't have them. This one had it, just none that got to 20. So, anyways, cross that off the board. Center, cross it off the board. Wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. I think I'm going to stick with Chris Jenkins, just like I did before. I didn't find a wide receiver last time. I didn't find a wide receiver this time, as the plan goes. Pick 84. Again, I'm going to go with cornerback. Why change? This is what I had last time. I looked at it. This is kind of what I have, right? Now this is where it's different, because I was going to pick a center. So now I get to pick something else, or a wide receiver. Wide receiver was not an option before, because it had to be a center because it was so necessary. This time it's an option. I chose not to go that way, but it was something I did consider. So I picked an offensive tackle this time. Even though it's not a need, and wide receiver is, I still like Brendan Rice, and then I follow through with the last two picks there. So that's what happens if you stay still. It's not bad. I mean, You got your center, defensive tackles, big guys. Want to get them early because they're hard to come by. I didn't make that many big guys every year. You got to get them when you can. Cornerback, offensive tackle, wide receiver, offensive tackle, cornerback. You kind of double up on some things. Not bad. If you trade down, this is what this option is. Here's your picks. And the reason why you would want to trade down, I remember the screen now. The reason why you would want to trade down is because you have three needs. You're not going to get the quarterback, so forget that. You got two needs and you got four wants. That's six picks. You look at it, you got first round, second round, third round, fourth round. That's only five picks. It's probably not going to hit on all of them anyways, but at least you'd like to have a shot. I mean, yeah, if you only have five bullets and you need to kill six people, that's probably a bad thing. I shouldn't use that. I apologize. But if you have to pick five people or six people and you only have five picks, you're not going to get them. So you trade down to get another pick, preferably in the late third, third round, early fourth round range. You don't want to go too late in the fourth round, or else you're not really getting a good player. Going by the NFL draft calculator from Calculator Soup, pick 20 is worth equal to pick 27 and pick 84, just to kind of give people a range to what we're talking about. I looked at it, I did some numbers, I ran some numbers. If they trade with Tampa Bay, they would get picks 26 and 92. Tampa Bay would get the better point value, but it's close. If they traded with Dallas at 24, they could get pick 87. Pittsburgh would get the point value thing. It would be close, but Pittsburgh would end up winning out. Both of them would be acceptable, I think. You don't have to win all the points, right? Even if you're trading back, you don't have to win. If you want to trade back and pick up an extra pick, it's good for you. Kind of like what New England did last year. They traded back. They got money for nothing. Anyways, I got Pittsburgh trading back with like I said, they have to do it here because they can't wait. So I got them trading with Tampa Bay for picks 26 and 92, and I've adjusted the big board, the picks down here. I've adjusted them to show the update. And now with pick 26, I'm going to say the Steelers got unlucky, quote unquote unlucky, because they have to take the third of the good three players. It's not unlucky. He's a really good prospect at center. I'm glad to have Zach Frazier. He is the third, but not by much. And then you kind of go from there, and you have a lot of chalk again. You got your defensive tackle, 84. You have those two players. Why change? Nothing's changed from the previous one. It's the same thing, right? Pick 92 is different. Again, I looked at wide receiver. Just because it wasn't really good at 84 or 98 doesn't mean it's not really good at 92. I know it's possible. At least I thought it was possible. Didn't happen. Ended up taking inside linebacker Jeremy Trotter. Again, I'm really all in on those second generation people, right? And then I end it with everybody else that I had before. I see no reason to change, right? So these are the three drafts that I have. If Michael Penix Jr. is there, they should take him. They should absolutely take him. If they don't, they're going to regret it. If they don't, well, if he's not there, and I don't think he's going to be there because I really think the coaches know. The coaches know. They're all just. Here's something that I think a lot of people should remember. If you're a coach not looking for a quarterback, you're not looking that close. If you are looking at him and you see that one that you really like Michael Penix Jr., you know what you're going to do? You're going to be quiet about it. You're not going to tell anybody. You're going to say, oh, these injuries scare me. And they do. They scare me. But I would still have him as the second best quarterback because of how good he is. And he played really good, consistent. Every time he had an injury, he came back, he fought back, and he played well. Can't beat that. Best arm in the class. This is a really good class, and he has the best arm. That's all I got. This is my Steelers draft. Goodbye.